Appreciate it if we could all find a chair, fall into the place, and we'll get started. I'm sorry to announce that Uncle Ruin isn't feeling well enough to make it this evening, and he's requested Wendell to stay by him to handle phone calls. We do recognize Uncle Fred and Brother Lewis and Orville and other of you good brethren and all of you good people in being here with us this evening. It's a joy to be in your presence and be here with you. We appreciate the efforts that Uncle Fred and Uncle Ruin have put forth to try and bring us out of the world's recreation system. It's really a blessing to learn how to entertain ourselves. When we're called on to do a program of this kind, we're naturally gripped with a certain amount of fear. It seems that lack of knowledge brings fear, and we're not a Ron Darter family with lots of drama background. But it's amazing what can be done when you start digging, when you start seeing what resources those around you do have to pull from to put a program together. It's quite rewarding to see the effort and energy and thoughts that can come out. So we feel grateful having you all here tonight, and we'll proceed on with our program. One thing we have found out, a little thought I'll add, is when we're asked to do a job, that if we'll do the best we can on our own first, I find the Lord requires that we first do all we can. And then He expects us to work with those assigned to work with us through unity. If we can have unity and a determination to do all we can first on our own, then we have a right, I feel, to call on the Lord for help from there. This doesn't mean we shouldn't carry a prayer in our heart as we're going about the first stages. But I find that if we'll truly ask the Lord for help on an assignment, He doesn't ask for something to be done without opening the way to do it. So this in mind, we'll see what the Forestwood Company has been able to do in pulling from their employees the talents that can put on a program. We wish to dedicate this first number to Uncle Fred for his birthday in the month of April. This will be called May Each Day by Cheryl, Janet, Ada, and Rebecca. Pardon me, hold the phone. Stage fright. We would like to have Brother John Fisher come and open with prayer.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for the opportunity of doing this program this night. And we ask that your Spirit will be with us. We can only do that which is pleasing. We thank you for
thought it would be appropriate to start with a little history of Forestwood Company. We'll break this into 3 different parts so it won't be too monotonous. In 1968, Uncle Roy invited our family to move from Salt Lake City to Short Creek. He wanted us to establish businesses that would create employment for 100 people or more. We came down on weekends and started a home. We moved into an unfinished home with a few sheetrock rooms, the rest being stud walls. Seth Mackert was a missionary boy at this time. He had had previous experience in cabinet manufacturing. He was looking for a place to set up a table saw and a joiner for doing cabinets needed in our town. We made a deal with him to use our unfinished living room. He would do a few jobs and then build cabinets for us. A year and a half later, we got the base frames only made for our cabinets as he finished his mission. Our teenage son, Sam, would help Seth after school and weekends. When Seth left, we got a used table saw and a joiner and started building cabinets. There still being a need for cabinets in the growing community, we continued making cabinets with the support of our family. We took Sam to Salt Lake for training for 2 summers as he was off on school vacation. We were successful in getting him into a shop where he could get some well-rounded custom cabinet experience. We hand dug the footings in the back of our home for a cabinet shop. We laid our own block and started construction, continuing as finances would permit. We ran a power line from the house to the shop. The boys laid the back wall of the shop first to gain experience before doing the front. In time, we got a roof on. A year later, we purchased a staple gun. For an air supply, Lauren rigged up an air conditioning pump off of a junk car, converting it to pump air. We felt very grateful for this addition to our operation. We managed to pour small sections of the shop cement floor over the next several years. This was a great improvement over working on the dirt floor. Another year, and we got overhead doors, replacing the tarps covering the openings. Over the next 10 years, we added on to the shop twice. In 1973, while selling Boise Cascade homes, we also began selling cabinet jobs as we traveled around the 3-state area. The first 5 years of selling were done from the trunk of a car. We had door samples and Formica color chips to show. It was difficult to sell without a showroom of completed kitchens to display. The word had also gone out through southern Utah to not deal with the plagues. In time, however, as new people moved into the area, they asked, "Who does the best cabinet work?" And the reply was, "If you want a good job done, you get the Flicks to do it." Because we held a quality and service, the business steadily grew, becoming a full-time cabinet shop. Will next be followed by a skit called The 3 Little Pigs, and it's maybe should have been called The 3 Little Flicks. This is by the log crew, from the shop of the log crew, and they worked around the theme, bringing home the bacon, which is the theme of our program. And this is based on trying to create industry and employment for our people. So we'll have their little skit, which will be followed by A Conjuncture on Wood by Lehigh Jessup. And this one will be followed by the Gettysburg Address, April 15th version by Emil Fisher.
Our story picks up on a country road in Pigsty County, where the 3 little pigs have just been told to fend for themselves and were given the boot. As they walked down the road, they began to plan the houses of their dreams.
I've been thinking, a straw house seems quite practical. It would be very easy to build and repair, be nice and warm, and could even be eaten if times got too rough. Well, I've been thinking about a strong and sturdy stick house. It too would be easy to build, and besides, that's the way it's written in the book.
You lazy simpletons, all you want is easy. I want a house that is wolf-proof, a house that is built so good, I'd even let Jake or Harold inspect it.
Hey, what's it? Hey, hot dog! Look at these guys! The shacks of our dreams! I wonder why no one else lives here. Oh well, I'm going in to wolf down some grub, then catch some heavy-duty Z's.
Unknown to our naive young pigs, a very hungry and sly wolf was also walking down that country road.
I've had it. I'm tired. I'm hungry. My feet are sore. And that last scrawny rabbit I ate just won't quit jumping. Why, I'm hungry enough to eat a pig. Hey, old timer, you seen anything crawling, wiggling, or otherwise around here? Fellow could get a decent meal? Oh, wowzers! Slap an eyeball on that, would you? Am I in hog heaven or what? This looks like it could be some picnic.
Who's there?
The kind and honorable Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, right. What do you want?
Dinner. I must have some dinner.
Well, look, I just got here myself. There isn't any dinner in here for you. Hey, wait a minute. I know what you want. If you think you can ham it up with me, you're mistaken. Go away. Your dinner isn't going to be any skin off my nose.
Sorry, pig. You can't stop me that easy. I'll simply blow this mess of straw down. Darn cold. Well, just you watch. I'll think of something. Ah, I know how I'll do it. I'll get an Acme super blower. Why, we'll get you, pig.
Not too bad. I need a little help.
Whoa!
What a heap.
Now what is it?
I'm the building inspector. You gotta move out of here, fella. This shack isn't fit for a pig. Why, a small breeze could come along and blow it over any minute.
Humbug! Well, I guess if I have to, I'll just go over to my big brother's place.
I'll get those pigs now. This super blower will do the trick. You just watch. I'll get... Hey, wait a minute. What's this? Rats! Hold again. All this running around is making me even hungrier. Oh well. Like they say, 2 pigs are better than 1. Watch this brilliance in motion. Hello? Anybody home?
Are you the wolf?
Wolf? No. I'm a tax collector from the IRS.
Same thing. Go away.
Look, pig, being ornery won't save your bacon. Open up.
Well, okay. But remember, I can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. So don't expect a pig's portion out of me, Wolf. Wolf?
Wow, yow! It is you, you mangy wolf! Scram!
Shoot. I was so close. Just because they're being so pig-headed about it doesn't mean I'm going hungry. Let's see. Aha! This steakhouse will make a perfect smoked ham barbecue. These pigs are no match for me.
Hey, pig! Hey, wolf! What kind of baloney are you trying to cook up, wolf? You shouldn't be playing with matches by the stick house. They might catch on fire.
Hey, my dinner's over there. I need to go.
Hey, you just settle down. If you can't treat matches like tools instead of toys, you can't have any. You straighten up, wolf. That's just enough baloney out of you now. You understand? Okay, on your way. Hey, give me this other match.
Boy, I've had enough of this. Hey, dinner. Oh, oops. Say, dudes, how's it going? Been eating real well lately?
Go away, Wolf. You bore me.
Say, pig, what is this made out of?
Well, since you asked, this fine edifice is constructed of the finest, high-grade, high-temperature, refractory cement logs available. These logs are reinforced with millions of stainless steel fibers and only the finest grades of volcanic rock. Why, the roof is even...
Okay, I get the drift. You're saying it won't burn and it won't blow over, right?
You got it, Wolf. Face it, this place is indestructible.
Well, we'll see about that. These Acme boys have some of everything. Let's see. Oh, thanks, babe. Acme? Good. Hey, say, can you send me a jackhammer? Yeah, quick. Biggest one you have. Let's see, get it here. Yeah, send it Fed Up Express. Oh, thanks. Bye. Here, big. Thanks. Wowzers! Those guys are good. My word, that thing came fast. Boy, I'll get him now. Look at this. I'll get you now, pigs.
Wolf, don't you know anything? Look, this is how you write it.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
To market, a vast race was run, but we won't know till later which one of them won.
Just what quantity of timber might a small rodent, such as a woodchuck, attempt to pitch if by chance this animal in the genus Mastus nimbius were capable of propelling any wood at all? Notwithstanding the size of teeth or the strength of jaws, a woodchuck has the ability of pitching the sum total of lumber that any rodent might consider. In other words, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But in reference to the case at hand, if an establishment of individuals combined with the common interest of serving the general public or to endeavor to hurl logs from a thicket, what abundance of lumber might that corporation be adept at lofting? The organization could hurl as much timber as this enterprise had the ability of tossing, supposing this firm had the physique to cast any amount of lumber whatsoever. In other words, how much wood could Forestwood chuck if Forestwood could chuck wood? Forestwood could chuck as much wood as Forestwood could chuck if Forestwood could chuck wood.
The Gettysburg Address, modern version. 119 years ago, our Congress brought forth upon this nation a new tax, conceived in desperation and dedicated to the proposition that all men are fair game. Now we are engaged in a great mass of calculations, testing whether this taxpayer or any taxpayer so confused and so impoverished can long endure. We are met on Form 1040. We have come to dedicate a large portion of our income to a final resting place with those men who here spend their lives that they may spend our money. It is altogether anguish and torture that we do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot evade, we cannot cheat, we cannot underestimate this tax. The collectors, clever and sly, who computed here, have gone far beyond our poor power to add and subtract. Our creditors will little know nor long remember what we pay here, but the Bureau of Internal Revenue can never forget what we report here. It is not for us, the taxpayers, to question the tax which the government has thus far so nobly spent. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these vanishing dollars we take increased devotion to the few remaining, that we here highly resolve that next year will not find us in a higher income bracket, that this taxpayer, underpaid, shall figure out more deductions, and that this tax of the people, by the Congress, for the government, shall not cause solvency to perish.
We'll now have a number entitled "The Festive Spirit" by the Forestwood Brass. This is by Ruth Trilly, Marvin David, Brigham, Dell, Virgil, and Alvin. they will be followed by some important data from Leroy. You guessed it, he's the most important person in our company. He gives out the paychecks. And he's entitled For What It's Worth, Part 1.
I was asked the other night, why do you hold the mic? I hold this mic for 2 reasons. First, I've been sitting in the office for about 5 years. I can't stand to sit any longer than I have to. Secondly, it keeps my hand from shaking. Many people ask the question, how do I know if I'm dealing with an average bookkeeper or a professional tax accountant? There's an easy way to find out. Ask the question, what is 1 plus 1? If the reply is 2, you know you're dealing with a bookkeeper. If he says what do you want it to be, then you know you've got a tax accountant. Business managers can't seem to comprehend why the bookkeeping is always just a little bit behind. So we took a few minutes off our busy schedule and made up some graphs of our paper flows in the office. Government regulations. Every year you're dealing with at least a dozen additional payroll taxes that come along. And just about the time you get caught up at year end, and boom, tax time comes. Advancements in technology. You just get settled on a real nice system and something better comes along. By combining the two graphs, we wind up with a parabolic curve. By 1991, over 156,000 pieces of paper flowed through our office. By the year 2000, based on this graph, we'll be dealing with an infinite number of papers my secretaries get to file them.
Turn it on. It won't work.
It's broke, remember? You have to adjust it like this. There we go. That's all right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Cooking Made Easy. Tonight's specialty is basic delight.
That'll be easy enough.
Yeah.
We start by putting 1 can of shortening into the large mixing bowl.
Burning. Here you go, Einstein. Thank you.
Next, add 2 cups of sugar.
Sugar. Good sugar. 2 cups.
Then add 2 eggs.
Egg. Add.
Then
2.
blend in 1 teaspoon of
plus
salt.
something equals 9. Oh, 95.
You said something
What?
about salt?
A teaspoon. Well, don't have a teaspoon. 1 salted chisel.
Stacy stuff. Needs more salt.
Next, put in 1 bag of flour.
Flour. 10 or 25 pounds.
10.
Work?
Yeah.
Last, yet not least, add 1 gallon water and mix well.
H2O.
Yeah, that makes sure.
Then bake at 350 degrees for 45 minutes.
That's not. Let's see. Bake at 350 for 45.
We don't have 45 minutes.
Let's see. 12 divided by 3 is the absolute value of 7 equals 700 degrees for 10 minutes. That ought about do it.
All right.
Tune in next week for a special surprise.
Put it in.
Get back on molecules.
Molecules. Let's see. This went like this. Now here's our right back. What's that, Harmon?
False alarm.
Oh, my goodness, we forgot. Why should we look at it? Where's the towel? Open the door. Do we dare look at it?
Yeah, let's look at it. What is it?
Well, it's a basic, average, ordinary tramp stamp.
This last number was called the radio dinner. If it's black, it's done. Done by the three black boys. This next number will be followed by the Viking horns, Virgil, Dell, Rebecca, and David. Now we're round to this part 2 of the Forestwood history. In the 5th year, an opportunity became available to rent a St. George store abandoned by another cabinet company. This greatly increased our volume by having actual kitchen cabinets built for displays. Also a local phone number for contact. We found people did not want to call long distance for service. We were now serving 80% of all the cabinet work being done in our area. In 1979, we started a larger 12,000 square foot building in the Hilldale Industrial Park. In 1981, we built many houses for the Kaibab-Paiute Indian tribe. During this period, our backyard shop caught fire, destroying much of our inventory and damaging our machinery. Several cabinet jobs for the Indian homes were stored under the awning by the shop. These were destroyed as well. By 11:30 that night, we had hauled 8 big truckloads of rubble from the burned out building. Rebuilding was started the next morning. The heat had melted the aluminum windows out of the block walls. The wiring and all the plumbing had to be replaced. Our machinery required rewiring and painting. Lauren had the machines going by the time the shop was ready. Through the united efforts of the family and friends, the shop was rebuilt in 4 weeks. In 1982, a business venture was started to manufacture gelled alcohol burning fireplaces. Much time and effort was put into the perfection of the alcohol fuel. We also developed a squeeze bottle fire starter. 4 models of freestanding fireplaces were developed that required no vent or flue. This required developing a metal zero clearance firebox to install in the oak wood fireplaces. Inside the metal box was placed a grate with a gas log set, chamber for canned fuel, and a damper to control the flame. This is a continuing business with sales in U.S. and Canada. We now have Once Upon a Cupboard by the Forestwood Sales and Installing Crew. They run the St. George sales office for us. Nathan, Ada, Charles, Kelly, Janet, Virgil, Shem, David, Kathleen, and Susanna. Another thought. This will be followed by The Old Flour Sack by my big sister Evelyn.
Oh, my royal head. How it aches.
My dear, is the weight of the kingdom too much for you?
No, it's the weight of this crown. If only I had a place to set it down sometimes. But I don't have a proper place to display it.
May I help you?
No, but thank you.
Perhaps your royal woodworkers could build a stand on which to display your crown. Then you could relieve your aching head.
A wonderful idea, my sweet. But no. The royal woodworkers were sent to the dungeon last week. They cut a sinkhole 2 yards in my bathroom.
Surely someone else is qualified to build it for you then.
Yes, I'll send a proclamation to find just such a man. Guard, send for my royal messenger.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You sent for me, sire? Yes. I desire a decree sent forth by royal command to bring me the finest woodworker in all the land. I need him to build me a stand on which to display my crown. It must be only of the finest quality. Yes, sir. But wait, there must be a reward.
Good morning, Father. Good morning, Mother.
My darling Amelia, we are so proud of you.
Hear ye, the Royal Highness King George XVII hereby proclaims that any woodworker who wishes to try his hand at the construction of the magnificent stand of the Royal Highness crown may do so. Whoever builds the finest piece of art will have the hand of the lovely Princess Amelia for his reward. One moment, gentlemen and ladies. Let me read the fine print. Any man who builds to please the king shall be sent to the dungeon.
It has been 1 long month since a decree was sent forth.
I don't know how much longer my poor aching head can hold up under this weight.
Father, may I not take your crown that you may rest your head?
My dearest child, I don't know how I will ever do without you.
But Father, I have no intention of ever leaving. My home is very dear to me.
But it would be selfish of me to keep you always when there may be a fine young gentleman out there who deserves your gentle care and loving devotion. I know he would honor you for your beauty and sweet disposition.
Father, you've never before talked of my leaving. What do you have in mind?
Well, your mother and I felt that it is time you had a husband.
But what's the rush? I'm only 24. Besides, I've never met any man who suits me. They've all been either funny looking or lacked sophistication.
Sometime you've got to stop being so choosy. Besides, you know I only want the best for you. You remember how I sent forth the decree to find me the finest woodworker in all the land? Well, a man who does quality work is a quality man. Therefore, whoever builds me the finest crown stand in all the land will be worthy of having you as his bride.
Who can it be that knocketh at the king's door?
'Tis I, Sir Verge of Kingdom Come. So sorry to keep you waiting.
State your business.
I come to present the king his crown stand and claim my prize. Come on, let's go.
First, show me this cabinet of yours.
I don't ever remember that being in your proclamation.
Well, I demand to see it.
Oh, all right, if you insist. Well, George, take and sweep your papers over that, will you?
Your Majesty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. As I was saying, this was fashioned after my very own family heirloom. Built the greatest MDF and has a great Douglas fir frame. What do you think? Isn't she a beauty?
What's holding it together?
Gravity, Your Honor. Pure wholesome gravity. Yes, sir. Ah! But don't touch it. It tends to lean my way. Matter of fact, on the way here, I had to fix it right down here at the bottom. You'll never notice that. Good thing I always carry this with me. Matter of fact, I'll give it to you, just in case it ever comes apart on me.
Thanks. Well, what do you call that?
That there is a door. That's how you get into the cabinet. And that there is how you open the door. You just put your finger in like this and open it right up. And sure, if your finger's smaller than mine, that way you get your finger back up. What do you think? Go get her. Huh? Huh?
If ask you must, I'm in total disgust. Why, it's a disgrace to show this to my face. Dungeon master!
Hey, come on. Can you even think of what it should be? This is back up.
You go. Take him away.
Come on, give me another chance. Come. There. Some guys just can't be buddies.
So this is how you intend to find me a husband?
Hey, who can it be that knocks at the king's door?
'Tis I, Sir Sham of Sherwood Forest. Amelia. Will you allow me to remove the rubber, please? Yes, a royal proclamation. I have created this work of art with the latest technologies to suit the royal taste of our beloved king. As you can see, it is finished in the richest shades of walnut, highlighted by this sturdy brass pole. Atop sits the royal purple cushion, made from the finest silk in all the land, to cradle thy crown from thy head, from whence it rests. Below are the security chambers, equipped with the latest master lock, to keep thy crown safe while not under thy watchful eyes.
It really looks nice, Michelle, but will it really hold up?
Oh, why, yes, Your Majesty. This cabinet has withstood the durability test of Little John himself. Besides, the finish thereof is toxic-free, passing all the latest OSHA codes. EPA, Factor 7 has the FBI, CIA, KGB, you get the drift.
But will it be too heavy for me to move?
I know, Your Majesty. I have featured this cabinet with rollers for more maneuverability.
The rollers haven't been invented yet.
I am sorry, Your Majesty. I'll have them removed immediately.
Well, Sir Shem of Sherwood, you have pleased me very well. The princess shall be yours.
Oh, my darling, I'm so happy for you both. But now I must attend to the Princess Susanna.
Shall we take a stroll in the gardens?
Why, yes.
Who can it be that knocketh at the king's door?
'Tis I, Sir David of Nottingham. Who else?
State your business.
Your Majesty the King, allow me to present this magnificent work of art for your approval. Name my prize and be off. I am running late for tea, you know.
But you say,
Now, need not be quite so hasty in your decision. I have a few moments of my precious time I can set aside for your approval. In the meanwhile, allow me to explain this magnificent piece of furniture. As you can see, it is quality crafted of the finest northern FAS Select Grade A Courtesan co-embroidered maple. Cut only from the King's Royal Groves.
From my groves?
Yes. As you also notice, it features a high sheen pearl white. Only the latest, only the latest. Now, is she, what you said good?
yes, but...
Good. Now, once you put in our things together, I'll explain some more intricate details of this dreamboat, if you would. As you can see, it features imported French glass doors. Nice, huh? It also features 24% lead crystal handles. Only the latest, only best. Now, is she not ready to go? I am a little bit late.
Look here!
Yes, dear, look here. As you can see, or as you can't see, you do not see any hinges
of the land, especially for you. If you only knew how lucky you are.
Sir David,
Yes,
your cabinet is really nice looking,
I know.
but far too feminine for my taste. Dungeon Master,
You know, it would seem you made a mistake, Valley.
the king has spoken.
You know, I thought I made a mistake once.
You yelled?
No, I really didn't.
Take him away.
No, don't touch me with those wretched hands. I barely had my sweet washed and pressed.
Oh, how lovely.
It's good you know some of us have some common sense.
How dainty. Oh, your Royal Highness. Can I not have this for my crown?
Certainly, certainly.
It's perfectly elegant. Who built it?
She's I here.
George, is he being sent to the dungeon?
Can you imagine?
Well, yes. I was not pleased with his cabinet, nor his impertinence.
Oh. But his cabinet pleases me very well. May I not have it for my crown?
Yes, indeed.
Well, if it pleases you, then I am pleased. Dungeon Master, release the prisoner.
Yes, that's better. Way better. You know, these April Fool jokes do get a bit out of hand.
Sir David, you're free to go.
Well, thank you, but it would seem there was a reward offered.
Well, I have nothing to give you. The Princess Amelia has been given to Sir Shem of Sherwood.
Oh, 'tis a pity to see the time going to the old. But you know, they say if you can't soar with the eagles, you'll have to water with the ducks.
Your Majesty.
But surely Sir David deserves a reward of some kind, does he not?
It would seem.
True, my dear. Sir David, I have a gift for you that has been very precious to me.
Well, I don't want to take everything you've got, but if it's the best you can do.
I assure you, it will suit you well.
Now really, what have we here?
The lovely Princess Susanna.
So I see.
Sir David,
Yes.
take good care of Wendell for me.
I would like all you young boys and girls, and even some of you who are yet not so young, to listen while I tell what it was like here in Short Creek before we had Forestwood to make beautiful cabinets for our home. When your grandpas and grandmas first came here, some lived in tents, and some lived in little rough cabins. Some of us had to whittle little boards with a handsaw, and then nail them together for covered shelves to put our few dishes on. Instead of beautiful, shining cabinet doors, to cover them, we only had flour sacks to make the curtains. However, we were most grateful for flour sacks, for they served a multitude of purposes. I was only 17 when I came to Short Creek back in 1943, and we lived in a tent for the first 5 years. There was no electricity, no running water, no refrigerator to keep our food from spoiling. And in those days, baking flour came in cloth sacks, and we mothers would divide them between us and save them for what was needed. I'm sure some of you older folks will remember going through some of these experiences yourselves, and maybe it will bring back a few old memories of years gone by. This is called the versatile item, is the flour sack. In that long ago time, when things were saved, when roads were graveled and men were brave, when worn out clothing was used as rags, and there was no plastic wrap or bag, and the well and the pump were way out back, a versatile item was the flour sack. Pillsbury fed, mothers, and gold medal too, stamped their names proudly in purple and blue. The string, sewed on the top, was pulled and kept for future use, was very adept. The bag was washed and hung on a rack, that durable, practical flour sack. Boiled and softened and bleached in the sun, it was hemmed as diapers for the new lit ones. Torn into strips and wound in the hair, it gave a girl beautiful ringlets to wear. When we went for a hike and carried a snack, we toted the trusty old flour sack. The sack could be filled with feathers and down for a pillow, or 'twould make a sleeping gown. Filled with cotton and quilted in squares, it made sofas for cribs or padding for chairs. It made a very convenient pack, that adaptable cotton flour sack. When the door got left open and the flies swarmed about, Mom grabbed the old flour sack and shooed them all out. As dish towels, embroidered or not, it covered up dough and helped pass pans so hot. For emergency makeshifts we'd never lack, as long as we had the good old flour sack. As a strainer for milk or apple juice, it came in very handy, with a very good use. As a sling for a sprain or for a sprained wrist or a break, or to help mother roll up a jelly cake. As window shade, or just to stuff a crack, we used the common sturdy flour sack. It was used to wrap cheese and dipped in wax. Stretched and pinned down with strings and tacks, it covered barrels of pickles and kraut to keep the dust and the critters out. Fresh meat was kept cold on the porch out back, hung in, you guessed it, the hefty flour sack. Bleached and sewn, it was dutifully worn as bibs, napkins, or kerchief unadorned. It was made into skirts, blouses, and rips, and also for patches to cover up rips. We made ruffled curtains for house or shack from that humble but treasured flour sack. Costume for school plays on Halloween, or the loveliest angels you've ever seen with flour sack wings on a wire frame, the outermost fabric, and inside the same, for the little girl's bloomers were buttoned in back to a panty waist made from the flour sack.
We'll now go back to that VIP Leroy Fisher for part 2 of What It Is Worth. This will be followed by a break dance, the Hardware Band, Ginger, Cheryl, Ruth A, Ruth E, Truly, Rebecca, Mary J, Mary P, Janet, Ada, Kayleen, Bonnie, Sarah, and Marvin.
Doesn't look like we're any emptier. Our log shop employees think that the office help have it easy. Well, I've got some news for them. I've worked in both jobs, and they're right. Since 1988, they've mixed 26,220 batches of cement. That equates to 5,826 yards. That's enough to build a sidewalk 4 feet wide by 4-inch thick, running from our log shop to Hurricane. I know Merrill's saying, "Whip-dee, that's only 720 cement truckloads." But imagine pouring all this with a small cement mixer and a wheelbarrow, one shovelful at a time. Since 1974, the cabinet shop has used over 2,380,000 board feet of lumber. That's enough to make a fence 10 feet high running down both sides of that sidewalk. In the store's program, Robert said that the dollars that go to St. George don't come back. The cabinet shop sells enough cabinets in St. George each year to string his dollar bills all the way back home again. U.S. Department of Labor Standards Code number 785.18 states, the break periods are common in the industry, ranging from 5 to 20 minutes. What do employees do during break? Since 1989, Forestwood's employees have consumed a little over $11,053 in goodies. That equates to 7,000 sandwiches, 6,000 brownies, 4,000 cinnamon rolls, 9,000 cookies, and a bucket of crumbs for the mice. Apparently they like to eat. What else they like to do? That's what you're about to find out.
We'll now have part 3 of our Forestwood history. This is the log shop rundown. The gas log business started by making our own refractory gas logs for our alcohol fireplaces. Much time and effort went into this project. Many trips were made to California, gleaning information from other molding shops. We talked and spent time with the molding departments of Disneyland, MGM, Fox Studios, and mannequin manufacturers. We gleaned molding information from each. Raw material sources were searched for that would be compatible to our application. Through many trial pours, we developed a real-looking fireplace log that was superior to any on the market. While attending an international show with the alcohol fireplace, we were approached by a large manufacturer of zero-clearance metal fireplaces. On seeing our gas log set, they asked if we would make logs for them. This opened another opportunity for further industry. Other fireplace and stove manufacturers began using our logs in U.S. and Canada. This business has grown, producing as much as 15 semi-loads a month, equaling 180 tons. We use 2 to 3 25-ton semi-loads of lightweight aggregate each week, and 1 to 2 semi-loads of refractory cement a week. Our local truckers are benefiting from the incoming raw material hauls to the finished product going out. We have appreciated the services of our local service stations, printing shop, lubrication shops, and other supporting businesses. We recognize the blessings of our Father in heaven for our efforts, and it is our desire to stay under Uncle Rulin's direction and continue operating his business. We'll now have One Excuse is as Good as Another by the Cabinet Shop. This is being done by Marvin and Evelyn, Henry, Isaac, Taylor, Carl, Rebecca, Mary J, Mary P, Truly, Ruth, Merrill, Joseph, and Kathleen. This will be followed by For What It's Worth, Part 3, Leroy Fisher.
Good morning, Leroy. Can I borrow a pen? And a calculator? Thanks. Forestwood Company, this is Marv.
Marvin?
Yeah?
This is Evelyn.
Oh, how you doing?
I got a favor to ask.
Okay.
I woke up with spring fever this morning, and I wondered if you'd take over the phone so I can go out and plant some pretty flowers around the Forestwood building.
Yeah, those flowers are kind of a tradition. We better get them in.
Oh, gee, thanks, Marvin. You're a chump. I'm
You
just
bet.
up to work in the yard. Bye.
Bye. Answer the phone, Tom. Well, so much for getting your work done. Forestwood Company, this is Marv.
Morning, Marv.
Good morning.
Henry.
Who?
It's Isaac.
Oh, Isaac.
That's Henry. This is Al.
Oh, Henry, Isaac, and Al. Okay.
Yeah, we got a great big project we need to do today.
Project?
It'll take us all day long.
Well, we want to support the project, so get her done. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay, we'll see you.
All right. Bye. Forestwood, this is Mark.
This is Mary.
Yeah?
Mary.
Oh, Mary?
Yeah, we're not coming to work today.
What now?
Well, because we're married.
Forestwood.
Hi, Moore. This is Lamar.
Yeah?
I was wondering if Taylor could have the day off. He's got to go work on a project.
Today?
Yeah, today. Right.
Well, is this Taylor?
No, what? I just got laryngitis or something.
Okay. All right, well, we'll just see him tomorrow then.
Hey, do you know where Henry and those guys went?
They've got a big project. Why?
He just wanted to know. Okay, thanks, Mark. Goodbye.
Yeah, bye. Well, so much for that job. Forestwood.
Hi, Marv.
Let me guess, you won't be coming to work today, right?
How'd you guess?
Just call it intuition.
This is Becca.
Yeah. Let's hear your excuse anyway.
Well, today I'm calling in fat.
Fat won't work.
Down?
Won't work.
How about ugly?
All right, ugly will work.
Thanks, Marv, for your pal light.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Marv. This is Carl.
Yeah?
I got a lot of studies to do. I've been getting behind, you know. Had to work late the other night.
Why?
You told me to.
Have you got finals already?
Already.
All right, well, education is important. Maybe you could come in early tomorrow or something, or maybe after work, after your class tonight.
All right, I guess so.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye.
So much for that job. Hello?
Hi, Marv.
Yeah?
This is Trudy.
Yeah?
Well, I can't come to work today because, because I'm just truly too cute to come to work today. I'd be such a distraction.
Really?
Sorry, Marv.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you what, Trudy. Trudy! Trudy? You're not coming to work today, right?
Marvin?
Yeah?
Hi.
Hi.
This is Ruth. Would it be okay if I went driving to Father today?
Today?
Yeah, it's a good day, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we certainly don't want him to drive around ruthlessly, do we?
No.
All right. We'll manage. Somehow. Hello?
Achoo! Achoo! Hi, Marv. This is Merrill.
and call me in the morning.
Okay, Marv.
All right. Bye. I think we better pull a trick on this next guy. He's not coming in. He's fired. This is gonna be fun. Forestwood, this is Marv.
Hello, Marv. This is Joseph.
Yeah?
Brennan Barrett, but I'll be in work later on today.
You're coming?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, well, I knew I could count on somebody to come. All right, well, let's see what we've got lined up for you. Well?
What do you have?
Well, problem is that all the other guys are mostly gone, and doesn't look like they'll have anything for you to hang.
Oh, well.
All right, well, we'll just see you tomorrow then.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. Thanks. How do you catch on? All right, I'll get the next one. Well. Forestwood.
Hello, Marvin.
Yeah?
We have a doctor appointment in 10 minutes.
I got all about that. Thanks. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Poor Wolf, I have just the thing to make you feel better.
Well, our wolf may have run out of gas, but not the Energizer. He keeps going and going and going and gone.
As can be seen, our wolf ran dry while trying to seek a pig's share of the pie by always chasing the easy way instead of working for regular pay. That wolf should have known that the course he had taken would never be able to bring home the bacon.
There he is. Many of you still wonder just how big a potato we still are. As Father mentioned in his history, Uncle Roy asked us to come down and create some employment. To date, over 250 employees have received Forestwood paychecks. Up to 82 have been written at one time. Total gross payroll since 1974 is a little over $3 million. Why do we call it gross payroll? Because Uncle Sam got over $500,000 in that, and we had to match it. That's gross. Take a good look at this graph. Mirror the parabolic curve. Tell me if this next one looks similar. This next graph shows our gross payroll per year since 1974. It has gone from $1,730 in the first year to $693,500 in 1991. We conservatively project to shoot with over $750,000 in payroll for 1992. If it keeps going on the same rate, plugged on a parabolic curve, we'll be paying an infinite amount of payroll by the year 2000. So, for what it's worth, we've been here for a little over an hour and a half. Let's see. Vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. There it is, vitamin Forestwood. The recommended daily allowance of vitamin Forestwood is 35 minutes. 35 minutes? You've had a serious overdose. We better throw some frosting on and end this thing.
Our final numbers are The Lord is My Shepherd by Vaughn, Katrina, Janet, William, and Shireen, followed by The Lord's Own, Jonathan, Wayne, Neil, and Dell, and our closing group song, Call to Serve.